Ah.
Bad jokes aside, well, I say aside, I have more coming up, I am sure. Welcome to episode 3 of our run of Tomb of Annihilation. We're a couple players down tonight, but that's alright. We're going to continue on, and we're going to have a good time anyways.
Yay.
Drew, I hope you get done with work soon and that it's not too awful. And Riley, I hope you get over your feeling ill.
This migraine. It's real bad.
However, yep. Uh, Keeping introductions maybe a little shorter this time just to
Yeah.
get going. However, we are on time, so I suppose it's not a huge worry. We have Jada playing the cleric Rain. We have Megan Williams playing a ranger named Dr. Zola Cream. And we have Alex playing our Pendragon sorcerer, Alexandra or Felix. Long name. I'm just gonna go with
Yeah,
Felix.
we'll stick with Felix.
It's a good name. And we will have our Frank the Tank Barbarian Turtle back soon enough, along with our Druid Theron, which we have talked, and I think everyone will be very excited at the subclass he's chosen. Though I will leave the spoilers out for now. Where we left off last, we've been taking care of some shopping in the city, as well as shopping for a guide. Last, I believe, you decided to stick with the Tabaxi pair, River Mist and Flask of Wine, who have agreed to take you to the city of Mbala to deal with where they think is probably the source of the undead in the jungle. Not confirmed by any means, but as likely as anything. On the way there, you've learned that you will be crossing through a couple other key areas. You did get a map that tells you that there might be a shield guardian hanging out in the jungle somewhere near a place called Yelyark. So we have several little deeds to do in the jungle. We also have a couple in the city. You were asked to help a bookie collect a debt from someone from the dinosaur races. And you were heading towards the Temple of Savras to answer an ad for someone saying that they had a matter of life or death that they wished to discuss with some adventurers. And I believe that's where we left off, with you all entering the Temple of Savras in the Merchant Ward.
Mm-hmm.
And a priest walking up and simply saying, "How may I assist you today?"
We saw an ad that an acolyte needed help.
An ad? Oh, yes.
A matter of life or death, I believe.
Yes, I believe you are looking for, yes, you are looking for Inete. I will bring her to you. And they go off, and they bring back a Cholton woman whose head is shaved bald, and has a tattoo of a golden eye on her temple, or not temple, above her brow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that right? I believe that is the symbol for Savras. Let me check. Savras, D&D. Stuff is important. Okay, so his symbol is actually, I'm going to say she has tattoos of more than one eye. To be specific, a red one, a green one, a blue one, a gold one, and a black one. Savras' symbol is a sort of like obsidian seer stone. Like a crystal ball. Yes, this woman walks up to you, seemingly perhaps a little agitated, a little excited. Yes, are you adventurers?
Yes,
Oh, good. Then I must assume you saw my ad.
we did.
Wonderful, wonderful. Then you must hear what I have to say. And Savers protect you. I, I have seen visions. The Father of Knowledge has blessed me.
Seen visions. Father.
Yes. He has shown me visions. Somewhere in the jungle near the basin, a group of men in red robes, pale as ash. They intend harm for Chult, for the city, for the jungle, for all. I do not know what they want, but they want something.
Nefarious. Near the basin. Can you show us on this map where?
Yes, and she will pull out, and I will mark it on the map for you. She won't reveal any tiles per se, but she can show you roughly
Right.
where.
Stop it.
So she would tell you. Is the map showing?
It's still loading for me, but
Little by little, yeah.
Oh, that's alright. The Aldani Basin is roughly here. Yes.
Okay.
okay.
All right.
I do not wish you to
Very far.
engage with them. I would only ask that you help me in reaching them. The Aldani Basin.
Oh, Aldani. Okay.
Yes. An ancient area here in Schult has been here and settled at times. Let's see how much she knows. I'm going to roll a history check for her. I have never been there, and my studies have taken me elsewhere. However, I know it's a large body of water near the center of the continent. Yes. Their intent, mostly, if whatever plans they may have, it is my hope that, should knowledge be gathered, their intentions come to light, I may take that to Grandfather Zatembe, and should what I believe be true, he will send soldiers, people to help deal with the problem. Well, knowledge itself is a reward, and you'd be protecting the people of Port Nyanzaru. Oh, well, as far as myself, I will pay for all of my own expenses, and I suppose I could put forward some funds toward the venture. I have 100 golds saved up. I would be happy to give it to you. Yes. I would like to go with you. At that point, you hear from behind you, "By my eyes, you will." A large, Cholton man, with very long, thick hair and a bit of a goatee, um, and just a towering human being, kind of strides up. "You will not be going into the jungle, Inete. You are not ready." On his face, he has 7 eye tattoos.
That's a lot of eyes.
Now then, I do not know who you are. My name is Grandfather Zetembe. I am the head priest of the temple here. Zetembe.
Z. I pretend to know how to spell any of this.
Dogs!
Damn dog.
I will go take care of it. You keep going with this.
I've got it.
You keep going, honey. I got it.
This is not good. Okay.
Yes, you answered her ad. And I apologize for wasting your time. However, there is no need. It is too dangerous. And her visions are inexperienced. It could mean anything. Any information you could bring back, especially if you are already heading in that direction, I would appreciate it. And at that point, Inete speaks up. But grandfather, it was my vision, and Savras would have me follow it. Please, you must take me with you. It is out of the question. So at this point, they're kind of bickering back and forth.
We should probably check with our guides that they even know how to get there.
Let's see if Father Zetembe maybe knows a little more.
Okay.
Grandfather Zetembe. So we can roll that history check again. The Aldani Basin, should you be heading... Where are you heading now?
Wait for it. The Firefinger? Does that job up? No.
Camp Vengeance. Then you will be reaching
Yes.
the Aldani Basin within... It is a large area. So I put that on the map kind of as a play... Because she didn't exactly know. So it would be more like it's a wide geographical area, Grandfather Zetembe explained, that more is like that.
Oh, okay.
Like it's a region almost.
Gotcha.
It's a large area.
That would take quite a bit of exploration.
No.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but this right here is where Wakanga or someone said that they were after something.
Yeah, there may be a shield guardian hidden there, or its control module.
It definitely seems to be on our way. It's not out there.
Well, regardless, should you be heading into the jungle, do know that the Temple of Savras here in Port Nyanzaru very much values any artifacts of our people's history. Should you find anything, no, it deserves to be brought to us, where we can preserve it here for the people that made it, not for colonizers to take off of our continent. First bid. I suppose that's all I can expect. Thank you. And when you say first bid, like, Well, roll an insight check for me.
Ooh, oh, that was a good one.
Well, that will do. So he kind of, how do I explain it? When you say first bid, his lip kind of curls into what you might call an uneasy, like cynical smile. And he says under his breath, just colonizers. Like, this isn't your, like, he kind of gives off the vibe of this isn't yours to sell. But he moves on and accepts it. It's definitely not the first time he's been asked to pay for artifacts, and he would probably do it. But
doesn't like it.
It's almost a trade. Like, he'll pay you, or he'll respect you.
Okay, so
I would say at this point we probably want to consult with our guides and see where to go from here if they know how to get to the Aldani Basin.
I was gonna say we actually have some more leads in town if we actually want to try and make some money before we go.
I haven't done anything.
Yeah. I think maybe we should talk to that bookie.
I was about to say, that sounds very interesting to me.
Also sounds relatively easy, I would assume, so. Yeah, we should definitely pick that up before we leave.
Sure, yes. Couple quests here. Yeah, maybe put that on the table for later.
Which one? The pirates?
Pirate ship, yeah.
I don't know how hard that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's just my opinion, though. Still,
I mean,
you might want to.
You are free to go wherever you want. You may certainly try.
Yeah, that's all I'm worried about. Pirates sound pretty tough.
Yeah. I'm not up for a swashbuckling quest just yet.
Alright, let's go talk to this bookie, see if we can't make a little cash before we go.
Alright. Yeah, you have the flyer, so it should be easy enough for you to find. And we can go there. He is located in an area called Executioner's Run. Which let me pull up and give you a bit of description on. Executioner's Run. I suppose that is a way to...
Oh.
Definitely. It's definitely that. I'm for it.
So punny.
Stupid map.
Load.
Yeah. I'm just looking for it real quick. Sorry. I'm trying to... Is there a... Can Control F work in this case? Like, search for the text to find the specific area that I am looking for. So be it. Okay, I found it. We're good. Well, I've got it anyways.
Okay, so where exactly did you say we're heading again?
Execution.
So you're going to token number 2, which is in the northwest part of the city, just outside the gates. I'm moving it up so you can see it now.
I see it.
Okay.
Oh, I see it.
Okay, you said number 2.
Yes.
Beep.
Boop. Yeah.
So this area is rather interesting.
Ooh.
Executioner's Run. When you get out here, the city splits out around a rectangular stone-lined pit. It looks pretty deep, and it's very wide and very long. Just this large pit of like broken stone and refuse. And as you walk in, yeah. So you see. Here, I'll do this. I'm actually going to go to another map real quick. Let's try some doodles.
Oh boy.
Welcome to the crapshoot. So this place is 200 feet long, so you actually only see part of it.
Okay.
I'm bad at this. Just forget it. We're just gonna imagine. Because I hate doodling.
Theater of the mind.
Yeah.
It's the power of imagination.
5 points psychic damage to you. No, I'm just kidding. Try this one more time. So it's kind of like... What just happened? I hate maps. I hate drawing.
I can't either.
Oh. We're all learning here, folks. Don't worry, we're going to handle this in post-production. Going back to the map. So essentially this place is a 200-foot long pit. And as you come in, you see what essentially is a chain gang of prisoners who are led over and stationed kind of on this side of the pit. A ladder is lowered down, and one of the prisoners is unchained and told to go down the ladder. Upon reaching the end of the ladder, a couple guards trained with crossbows kind of keeping their eye on him. He starts to stretch and limber up. And as he's doing that, a couple other guards come in with these 2 large crates, which they lower on chains into the center of the strange long pit. And you hear something inside the box. The boxes. And just as they get those down, one of the guards says, "All right, final bets!" And you hear people, "I got 30 gold on the guy. I got 20. 20, he doesn't make it 30 feet." Just people making random bets and going over to the bookies. All right. Bets are over. Samuel, last chance. You can go back, or you can make the run. I'll make the run. And as they say that, all right, let them loose! And they open the 2 containers, and out come more of these thunder lizards you've seen, but these 2 are on the smaller side with long, sharp claws on their feet. They are bipedal with short arms and long necks and long tails. Look very built for running. There are 2 of them, what you as players would recognize as velociraptors. Someone throws him down a wooden club, and as soon as he catches it, he takes off running. Let's see what happens from there.
He's not surviving that.
Well, the 2 velociraptors are going to get there. Well, he'll get an attack first. And so he goes and swings, and the velociraptor, it can't hit it. So they are going to make a couple attacks. Gag, are we on the... Neither hit with the first. And that time, it manages to hit twice, as it bites into his shoulder and takes it down to the ground. Takes the guy down to the ground. As it's beginning to eat through him a little bit, he manages to shake it off and runs another 15 feet. And at this point, he's not trying to attack. He's going to use his action to dash. He gets about 60 feet. Let's see what happens from here. They have pack tactics as well, so they roll with advantage. So 2 hits, 3 hits, and with that, he makes it a total of about 75 feet before these 2 velociraptors just run him down, and they begin to feast on the once living prisoner. Gold is exchanged between people in the crowd as they're cheering and just having a great time, seemingly.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah. And the ladder is lowered again, and another prisoner begins to go down. You guys could sit here and watch this all day, as far as, like, they're going to be doing this for a while. After you watch about, let's see, on about 2 more. Yeah, on the 3rd prisoner, he actually does make it, and you see someone in the crowd throws down a dagger, and he picks it up, and as he does, he jams it up into the roof of one of the velociraptor's mouths, and throws it to the side, and manages to push the other one out of the way, and he makes it just barely to the other side, and clings onto a rope that's been lowered, and they pull him back up. Upon doing so, he's given some papers and allowed to walk free.
I figured they were...
Yeah, so what you gather is this is like people who are going to die in prison have a chance at a death race, basically, to get out.
Well.
Yeah, okay.
So, being the scientist that Dr. Zola is, how completely familiar is she with this practice and also with this type of lizard?
You can roll a nature check.
Okay, let me pull up my character sheet real fast. Being slow. Nature check.
You know this.
This feathered dinosaur. Or is this public?
Yes.
Okay. This feathered dinosaur is about the size of a large turkey, is an aggressive hunter, and often hunts in packs to bring down larger prey. So.
You know they're capable of using both tooth and claw, and that they tend to gather in the wild in large groups, and that tends to be the problem. There could be anywhere from 3 to 18 of them in one pack.
So the fact that there's just 2 here, they're going easy on these guys. Because it could be a whole lot worse.
How long do you guys stay and watch this?
I would say at least a couple rounds.
Yeah, I would say probably about after 4 or 5, I'd want to be like, okay, let's...
I've seen enough.
Yeah, so the last one you see, actually, the velociraptors are baited back in, and a much larger box is drawn down in there, and a larger prisoner, covered in scars, and he's like grandstanding, like he's doing like the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson thing, like hyping the crowd, and more money starts to change hands. And you hear the bookie say, "All right, it's John's 7th run. Can he make it again? The monsters are bigger, they're badder, they're hungrier. Can he do it? Your gold will tell." And this guy, as they lower the ladder, he kind of pushes someone out of the way and jumps down into the pit heavily, and picks up one of the stones off the ground. Yes! And as he says yes, they let open the box, and this time it is a much larger dino. Let me see if I can find a picture for you. Well, yes, I can. It is this.
All right.
Dude, a big old Allosaurus.
That big?
Yep. And he makes a run, and I'm just going to run a percentage to see if he makes it. And he does. I gave him a 25% chance. He doesn't fight the dino. As it runs to grab him, he takes advantage of the fact that it fits in the pit, but it doesn't have a whole lot of room to turn, and he skates between its legs, and as he does, he yanks its tail to kind of trip it up, and he does manage to make it without engaging the dinosaur.
I'd almost want that guy on my side. Huh. Interesting.
Well, I've certainly seen enough. Shall we go find our bookie?
Yes. It's kind of hard for Dr. Zola to kind of look away out of fascination at this point, but yeah, she's kind of like looking like, sure, let's go, and then she eventually follows. But yes.
Yeah. So as you begin to walk, you ask around, and the bookie that's on task, like someone like who you've already spoken to, like asking, "Hey, have you seen a guy with this flyer?" And he goes over and whispers into the bookie's ear, who smiles and comes over to you. This Chultan woman wearing like a yellow and green, like very loose fitting, almost poncho like piece of clothing, and long braided hair. Comes over and just says, "Hello, my friends. I see you've come to answer my ad. My name is Klau." Yeah.
Klau?
Kalua.
Kalahu.
Kalahu. I'd almost say Kalua too.
The last person who got my name wrong. Well, he made it about 65 feet. I won quite a bit of gold off of it. You are bold. I like you. Hopefully we can make some money together. If you are here for what I hope you are. Well, then there is money to be made. I have a debtor, one who's wagered quite a bit of money here, and has failed to pay back his debt, a former runner, a gladiator by the name of Taban. Taban refuses to pay, so I refuse to let him live, unless he pays. You will find him, you will get my gold, and you will keep 10%. He owes me 500.
He does not want to pay.
He does not.
Isn't it quite obvious? She's insinuating we take him out.
I know, but I just want to make sure that is...
You do not have to kill him, but you may.
What is your...
As long as I get my money, I don't care. Beat him senseless and bring him to me. He can run the pit. Make me some gold. Yes.
Okay.
Right.
Sounds good. Let's go.
Where might we find this gentleman?
I hear that Taban can be found, as is betting even more at the dinosaur runs. Hopeless, that one.
One of my personal favorite places.
Interesting. And, how do I know I can trust you with my money? Who have you worked for? Who are you? That is very true. Well, in the meantime, give me your names. That shall do as collateral enough.
Very well, I am the one and only Dr. Zola Creed.
Dr. Zola. Yes, I do believe I've heard your name about this city.
Oh, well, you flatter me. I hope that's a good thing.
Mostly. I hear you are very curious.
Quite, yes.
That is not bad.
I am Felix Tiriranatham.
Ooh. Exotic name, young one.
I have heard of the resplendent mother, but maybe not.
I have not, but perhaps after this job, you can tell me sometime.
Perhaps I will.
And what about you, cleric?
Oh.
Well, I have yet to decide if you are worthy of my money. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Don't screw us out of money, Jada.
I do appreciate a bit of courage. And you have balls, my friend. Go get my money. Perhaps I will include a bonus in exchange for your name. Oh, I hope so. Now, run along. Get my money.
Okay, let's go do that.
All right.
Guys, I'm
Correct
here.
him.
I'll be right back. I'm letting the dog out.
Okay.
All right.
The dinosaur races are the pit back there,
Yeah.
or are they something else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, give me just a second.
Oh, no, you're good, you're good.
In particular, most of the info screens are good, but the one for this map is some of them are like really specific areas, and some of them are just like general areas that have a bunch of things in them.
Got it.
I did that.
Uh-oh.
I was actually meaning to ask you, can we do that?
Speaking of dinosaurs, here's one.
Okay. TM. I did not make it. We will soon have art for him to be, in fact. It is on the way.
For Theron?
Yeah. All of our art is done by Alex here. Felix.
I'm slowly...
Alright, I'm back.
That's fair. There's a lot of art to do.
Okay, so we're going after Taban?
Yeah.
Here
Let's
we
do it.
go.
Okay, I think I see. Because it's technically outside of the city. Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Yeah, we'll actually just because it would technically be off this map, but it is to the east, and it circles around the city, through across what essentially is three like tall kind of mound-like hills, with various bleachers posted throughout.
Okay.
And people sit watching, and as you walk up, you can hear the dinosaur races far before you see them.
I can probably honestly say for sure that this is one of Dr. Zola's favorite places on the island of or Port Neonzaru.
Yeah.
So
This is essentially what you see as you walk up. Hearing just this thundering noise, you see people atop all sorts of different dinosaurs going back and forth, racing in groups of mostly
paint.
about 7. Yeah, the dinosaurs are colorfully painted. As best you can see, they are not particularly trained. It's almost like bull riding and racing at the same time.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a lot like a rodeo.
That's cool.
And in this particular race, what you see are 2 Triceratops, an Ankylosaurus, and a Stegosaurus. The guy riding the Stegosaurus is kind of precariously standing between its spines. The Ankylosaurus guy is laying flat on its back with his feet in like kind of tie down stirrups. And then the 2 people on Triceratops are in saddles behind the like shield like part of the head. Just going as fast as they can towards the end of this track, turning corners, bumping each other as they do. It's not very long before one of the Triceratops bumps into the Ankylosaurus and knocks the rider off, who a dinosaur steps on his foot and crushes it. And you hear the crowd like, yeah!
Say hi to the internet, don't they?
People are very much having a good time.
A good time.
Same for Dr. Zola. She's very fascinated by now. I want to see who wins this race.
All right. So you watch for a bit longer, and the race kind of winds to an end. They're not extremely long races. They run a track of about 300 feet, and at the end, finally, the guy who wins is the guy kind of surfing on the back of the Stegosaurus. Just near the very end, the Stegosaurus's tail whips across and knocks down the Triceratops, just trips it up, and manages to gain a lead as a result.
Oh, snap.
Man.
And the dinosaur has a bit of like a number written in Chilton. Basically, it's number 22, and they put the number up on a board along with the set of points in the form of tally marks.
So they don't have names like Kentucky Derby horses. They have numbers.
They may also have names, but in this case, they're using numbers.
Gotcha.
And you do, in fact, hear, in this case, the crowd one of the announcers says, "And you've seen it again, folks. Jungle Princess wins this race."
Creative name.
If you'd like to know some of the other names on the scoreboard, they include Ooptow's Favorite, Bone Cruncher, Grung Stomper, Nasty Boy,
What?
Mountain Thunder, and Big Honker. Oh, I left off my particular favorite, a Hadrosaurus named Banana Candy.
Why?
No, not in this case. These are mounted dinosaurs, and those are like the size of large birds.
Do we in particular mostly, or would Dr. Zola know actually if they mostly race like herbivores, or do they sometimes include carnivores?
They race a little bit of everything. Bone Cruncher is an Allosaurus. And then there's one dinosaur. I'm going to guess you're a fan. You've probably lost quite a bit of money here, huh?
Well, Dr. Zola, I don't think would want to go into the gambling aspect. She'd more so like love to watch the dinosaurs in action.
Sure. Okay. So, dinosaurs that are carnivores that you've seen race, you know that there are two Tyrannosaurus rexes. One of them is named Scarback.
Whoa.
Interesting.
That's not intimidating.
Come on, get up here.
Did we get a description of what's his face?
Yeah, what's the... Me? Well, it's a matter of if you can even get any sort of harness or saddle on them in the first place. That's, of course, step one. And then step two is getting actually in the harness and the saddle while they're fighting you off. Only by... Well, not in this case, not at the dinosaur run would they be particularly trainable. They mostly, well, I would guess that they mostly keep them like, you know, untamed as possible for racing purposes. Okay. But I know, like, I would be aware, I'm sure that there are other dinosaurs around the city of Chult that are trainable as long as you show them amount of mutual respect. But in this case, with the dino runs, yeah, you just get on there and hang on for dear life if you can even get on.
Well, you see, Harry, you have to bow before you walk up to a hippogriff.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking down to business.
Right.
I'd like to either look for the guy we're looking for or start asking around for him.
I'd almost rather start looking instead of asking because we might draw attention to ourselves.
Just let me know which one it is. You were told No, you didn't ask. That's true. You know his name is Taban, but that's it.
Okay. Would I have any sort of knowledge? Being like, would I have heard of this name or seen it if he's been at the Dino Run a lot?
You can roll a history check.
History, okay.
Roll high.
Okay, history. Okay, I'm decent in history. I'm awesome in history!
So you've heard of Taban. He is an Omnian fellow, which is another country in the Forgotten Realms. Omnath is the name of the place, and the people are called Omnians. He is large. He's a former gladiator.
Mhm.
And made his claim to fame in both the gladiatorial pits as well as in the executioner's run. He's one of a handful of people that you know of that have gotten themselves arrested on purpose just to make another run through the pit.
He's a thrill seeker.
Sort of, and also there's money to be made by betting for or against yourself.
Okay. So large, statuesque, or not statuesque, honestly. He's probably all scarred up from all of his stuff. But large.
To roll a perception for any large man.
You can roll a perception check, or you can do investigation. And you actually have a choice. You can either ask people around and roll investigation with your charisma modifier, or you can roll it with your wisdom just by looking through the crowd.
It'd be about the same. I will do a perception.
So as you're looking through the crowd, based on Dr. Zola's description, you do see a large man with kind of olive drab skin and long brown hair.
Mm.
Pineapple. No, I was gonna sneeze. Sorry.
Oh, so what?
And he just yells, "Pineapple!" Which is Forgotten Realms for some form of expletive when you lose a bet. And he kind of out the corner of his eye sees you looking at him, and he calls over a guy that's walking around with these bamboo shoot things with drinking vessels with straws in them. He hands him a coin, and the guy comes over to you and says, "From the gentleman over there, ma'am."
I will take the drink, and I.
Do you want to go alone or have somebody?
Yeah, I'll tell you guys. Just hang back a little.
Is there any chance Taban would know me?
With what?
I was saying, is there any chance that Taban would know me, face recognition?
Maybe.
I didn't know if I needed to hide my face. I didn't know if I needed to hide my face or anything.
I would say he'd get an opportunity to, but not necessarily. I would have him roll to see if he recognizes you.
Yeah.
That's very true.
I do frequent this place a lot, so maybe it's just not out of the ordinary for him. Okay. So I'll lay low a little bit, but I don't mind being out like this. Okay, let's see what happens, Felix.
Okay, so I walk over to him.
As you do, he says, I see you got my drink. Name's Taban.
I do.
Haven't seen you around here before.
It is not from, but very entertaining.
I'd say so.
Did you
Nothing
win
better than a good
anything?
race. Did I win anything? I've won a little bit today. It's not my best day, but usually, I'll tell you, I am one of the best gamblers in Port
Oh,
Nyanzaru. One of the best fighters, too. Don't let anyone tell you different.
you could see you being pretty good in the ring.
Yeah, perhaps you've heard about the time I fought two Allosauruses at once with nothing but a club, a rock, and my own thunder lizard right here. And he like holds up his muscle, like his
Oh,
arm, and flexes.
I was looking at
I'm sorry?
I'm sorry, I was looking up what's her um that's quite an impressive story.
It is. You're right.
Who's racing next? Who do you have on the next bet?
Well, my money, personally, is almost always on Mountain Thunder. He's a little old for a Dimetrodon, but he's still fast, and when he does win, it pays out very well.
I didn't hear what he said.
I almost always bet on Mountain Thunder. She's
Oh no, I'm sorry.
old.
What Joe said.
Oh, he said
Oh,
it's very appropriate that it has a generic soda name because I'm pretty sure we're like generic dice camera action. We're the Mr. Pip of D&D streams. But that's all right. And as he says that, he does he calls over one of the bookies and he says, "All right, I'm gonna put 10 more on Mountain Thunder. Just watch. Just you watch."
all right.
And with that,
Let's see what
another race queues up as this old Dimetrodon pulls up, and it has a tag on it in Shulton that you assume means Mountain Thunder. This dinosaur looks like this. And the person on the dinosaur is riding it almost like a kite sail, like you'd take out on the water. It's got some like foothold stirrups and some handholds on the like back fin, and he kind of hangs off of it. And you notice he has a sickle in one hand.
Whoa.
Lining up is again Jungle Princess, as well as an Ankylosaurus named Grung Stomper, and finally a young Tyrannosaurus Rex by the name of Scarback.
And the one who won before was the Stegosaurus, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. So as the horn blows, someone blows like what appears to be a large, almost wooden trumpet, maybe like a bassoon. All right. You can do that before the race. Where are you putting your money? Scarback. Okay. So you can put 10 gold. That's fine. All right, you got 10 on Scarback to come in first or to place. Like, what are you betting on Scarback to do? To win all out? Yeah, the odds you could win half out. You can win half if you bet that he'll come in the top 3. So, okay, he's got 1 to 2 odds to win. and 1-to-1 odds to come in the top 3. All right. So as the race kicks off, we come to the first hurdle as these dinosaurs begin doing their thing. And right away, 2 of the riders, Grung Stomper and Jungle Princess, both lose their riders pretty quickly. As everyone's kind of bustling to get out of the gate, these 2 fly off their dinosaurs' backs, leaving only Scarback, Mountain Thunder, and you think the other one is Nasty Boy, the Allosaurus. As these 3 dinosaurs continue off, thundering down the track, the earth stomping under their feet and just rumbling, they come to the second go. They all have trouble staying on, and everyone kind of like it almost stops for a moment as everyone almost trips up. They do manage to keep going though. At this point, it says roll a D3. That's not a thing. How do I roll a D3?
Oh no, a D3.
What is that?
It
Oh,
might be a misprint.
I guess roll a D4, and if it lands on a 4, don't use
Re-roll. That's what I'll do.
it. Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Oh,
could do that too.
That'll work.
There you go.
All right.
Ooh.
Finally, thunder. So, Scarback comes in second, with Mountain Thunder winning. So a bag of 70 gold is brought out to your new friend Taban, and you Joe, receive. You bet 10 gold. You receive back another 10. Yep. See,
Look
I told
at you.
always bet on Mountain Thunder.
Fortune does smile upon you.
How about you and me go out to the Thunder and Lizard and we'll celebrate these winnings a little bit?
There's that, or I have another idea. Perhaps you should, give the winnings you owe to Galahu.
Galahu sent you?
Perhaps.
Well, that might be a real good idea. I'll tell you what, I'll go cash in a couple more of these winnings, and I'll meet you at the gate. And he begins to walk off through the crowd.
I will follow him. Do not let him out of my sight.
He attempts to lose you, so I'm going to need you to roll a perception check to keep up with him.
Do I see this happening?
Yes, and if you're helping, she can roll it with advantage.
Yeah, I'm helping, for sure, because I've been keeping an eye on her.
There it is. Okay, you said perception, right?
Yeah.
Come on.
With advantage.
Ooh. Nice. That would be it rolls advantage for you, yeah?
He rolled a 19, you rolled a 19. So he takes off. As soon as he gets out of the crowd, he takes off into the city.
Oh, I follow.
All right.
I'm going to run as well.
So I'm going to need anyone who's following, to run separately athletics checks.
Okay. Does my speed come into account?
Yes. No, you're running just an athletics check. Sorry.
Not the best.
Didn't do it.
Are you gonna bet on another race? Okay. 17. So Zola, you're not a runner,
No.
and you start to fall a little behind. Felix, you catch up very close to him. As you do, he throws a barrel down in your path. So I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Donkey Kong, anyone?
No. What?
All right, so just as he throws it down, you manage to jump over it as you hear the sloshing of the liquid inside begin to spill all over the ground. Megan, you see it ahead of time because it's already fallen, so you can roll your dexterity save with advantage.
Yay!
No, I need.
Dex, I'm proficient. Oh yeah!
You also managed to clear it. All right, next round of athletics checks as he takes off.
Both of us still?
How far ahead?
Yeah. At the moment, you're like right on his tail, like 5 feet away. You can almost catch him.
How far
I'd
behind
like
am
to
I?
attempt.
I'm sorry?
Go ahead, Alex.
I like to attempt to charm him.
Okay.
Alright,
What's the
sorry, my
save?
computer- Hang on. It is wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. What are you telling him to do? What are you using to charm him?
And to stop running.
As he like takes off with an amazing burst of speed, he like slows down and just stands stock still.
Me to Kulahu.
Come with you to Kalahu. All right.
Yes.
I don't have the money.
At all, or we need to go get it.
I don't have the money.
Then let's go to Kulahu anyway.
Do I catch up at this point?
Yeah.
I would, yeah.
How long
And I
does your
will-
spell last?
Duration is 1 hour.
So we got to get him over there quick. But nice job, Felix.
It's about 1,300 feet. All right. DC
not,
of
we
8
can
to make
time
it there
up.
in the time limit. Okay, yeah, you guys definitely make it over in time. So with
Hey.
Taban in tow, you go back and you find Kalahu, who is watching more races at the pit.
Okay.
Oh, I see you've brought my friend.
As promised.
Taban.
He's especially friendly to me right now, and he says that he does not have all of the money.
Oh,
So here he
really?
is.
Taban. Yes, Kalahu. She grabs him by like the collar with quite a bit of strength and goes over and she leans him out over the pit, like
Oh, no.
kind of supporting him by the collar. And as she does, you see there's velociraptors down in there already. And it's just like, are you sure you don't have the money, Taban? And lowers him down even further as the velociraptors like smell the fear and start jumping up and snapping at him.
Oh, snap.
I don't. Fine, I have the money. I have the money. And she pulls him back up and throws him down on the ground in front of her. Well, give it to me. He reaches in and pulls out a bag and throws it to her, and she catches it and pulls out what appear to be gems, and she kind of counts it up. Yes, this will do nicely, Taban. Now you owe me interest as well. For the trouble. Yes. And he gives her a sack of gold you recognize as being what he just won.
What do you want?
Good.
Okay.
Good. Well, you've done well. Taban, be a good boy and get out. And he
Thanks for the
takes
day.
off. And she kind of looks at you. I'm impressed. I expected Taban to be left in a bloody mess if you were to get the money from him. But you brought him to me and gave me a good bit of entertainment, so I cannot complain. In fact, that was rather enjoyable to watch. So,
It was.
here is your money. And she takes out one of the gems that is in the bag and hands it to you. This like very thin cut circular ruby. And hands it to you. This is worth roughly 50 gold, if not a little more. It will equate for the 10%, as well as sure. And she hands you. She takes about half the gold out of that bag and hands you the rest, and hands you a bag of 35 gold.
Oh, you're quite generous. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you.
You are very welcome. Now, I have business to attend to. If I have further work, I will contact you.
Please do.
And she's already turned around and is overseeing the pits again.
Alright, we get out.
Cool. So you made a total of 85 gold.
Do you want to split that between you and me since we did the work, or do we want to split it through the party?
Rain, are you still at the racetrack?
Yeah, we didn't really have time to go back.
So yeah, Rain's not with you.
Oh.
I already told you how it works. The ladies took care of this one.
They tell you, you walk up to this one, like, halfling fellow wearing, like, a light vest and very much, boasting about his success today. He is the rider of Scarback. I'd say you probably got his attention by, like, being like, yeah, I put a lot of money on you. Whether or not that's necessarily entirely true. And they're all very happy to boast. They're here to make money and have a good time, living the jockey life. Yeah, so you want to be a racer? Well, right now we're pretty full up, and to be honest, it takes quite a bit of training. But if you come back and have some spare time, I'd be happy to accept a fee to be a trainer for a little bit. You can take Scarback out for a spin when you're ready. I could probably train you to ride one of these things for... We'll discuss this later.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to look up, because there are rules in Xanathars for, like, training a skill. You would essentially be training to add a mount skill / animal handling. Let's see if I can find it for you real quick. Because you guys, during downtime, one of the things you will be able to choose is gaining new skills.
Cool.
Meanwhile,
Where are you guys at?
I think we'd probably be heading back to go pick him up.
we would just have left the executioner's run. Yeah, I'd say we'd probably go back and collect Rain.
Okay, so what do they find you doing? All right. So,
and I'm standing there shaking my head like, you heard me. Felix, you heard me. I told him what he wanted to know.
So, Joe, to be specific, training a skill such as learning to ride a dinosaur would take about 10 weeks and would cost 25 gold a work week to pay the trainer. So a total of 250 gold, and you would need a total of 10 weeks of downtime. You do not have to do it all at once. halfway through, I would let you roll the skill at disadvantage, but with proficiency. Okay. Good to know. So whenever we have a week of downtime or something, and you have the money, just
Yeah.
let me know. And I will
Good
include
deal.
downtime in this game. Probably in
Yeah.
between Ventures into the Jungle. Don't think,
Probably.
don't remember that you guys will come back here from time to time.
Right.
Or at least I would advise you to cash in your quests and get new ones.
I'm definitely coming back, as
But
I
yeah,
always
so
do.
you find Rain just like yucking it up with the jockeys and
Yup.
having a good time.
And I go
Rain.
over the. Yes, Rain, we got the job done. You were supposed to follow.
Things happened a little quickly. We did not have time to. Put my charms on him. He did what I wanted.
Felix was great. I chased him, of course, and tracked him down, but it was all Felix.
Yes, and she gave us extra for entertaining her. Did you make any winnings on your betting? Sounds good.
Okay.
It was 85 total, right, Casey?
Correct.
Because we got 50 gold worth of a ruby, and then she gave us 35 gold for entertaining her.
Right. 35 divided by 3. So obviously we can't really split a ruby. Should we just put the ruby as part of the party funds and then split the 35? It's at
50.
50. Sounds good. Okay, so then 85 divided by 3. Oh my gosh, my calculator's not working. That's like roughly 28 gold for each of us. I think that's good.
And Dr. Zola's current bank account reads gold.
Way to go!
Yay!
Level 2. Level 2.
Woo! We are broke bitches. $47. 47, and who's keeping track of party funds?
I was wondering, since you made that withdrawal.
As long as somebody's keeping track of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So for the sake of this game, we're going to treat rubies as just another form of currency.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to like liquidate them. It saves more time.
Yeah.
I treat them as like a large banknote.
Gotcha. Party fund. Great.
Yay!
Just to me, that's easier. I've always thought, like having to sell the gems and worry about like the different trade
Yeah.
values. It's just a lot to remember. When I think our group would rather be doing things.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So we took care of collecting the debt for the bookie.
So
What was the last thing we were looking into?
there's that. I also have a Water Davian seeking father? Familiar?
Oh yeah, wasn't it that guy that had daddy issues?
Think so?
No, you haven't spoken with this person yet.
No, but does that
I know,
sound,
but
you know
still,
what that is?
He's looking for father.
There's probably going to be another thing in the jungle. Which I feel like is our thing. We've got the look for people trying to escort the priest. That's already like 4 things.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like we can get a lot done in at least one jungle trip.
Mm-hmm.
So I did do a little more research, by the way. It's a square a day that you can move normally.
Okay.
I feel like as long as we discuss with River Mist and Flask of Wine exactly the path we're wanting to take, so we hit up all points for each quest, I feel like it'll be no problem.
Yeah. We also haven't officially hired them yet, so we should probably do that.
Yeah, that is a lot of days I'm thinking about.
More supplies. I don't even remember what all we got.
Do you guys want to go to the Chult map?
Yes.
So you guys have enough
Some
map
supplies.
skill to know you would be looking at going square by square. A lot of days. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to Camp Righteous. Not about 9 days to Camp Righteous.
Where the Guardian is. Okay.
I feel like that sounds right. Looks like I got a tent. I got 4 of insect salve. Any food, so I should probably do that.
I have a bedroll, 1 mess kit, and I have 11 days worth of rations. No water skin.
I was gonna say, I know Theron said he can find food if it's around.
Mm-hmm. And I know Frank the Tank can fish and hunt. Of course, I'm not a complete. Well, this would be more of a question for the DM. Would Dr. Zola at least have spent enough time on like the very outskirts, like the very edges of the jungle to know how to hunt, or no?
You could definitely try to hunt. Whether it would go well or not, you'd roll for it. It would be a survival check to hunt.
Okay. I just didn't know if she had any sort of with that in this game. No, definitely not. I have a -1 in wisdom, so that's a -1 in survival.
Yes, no.
So for hunting purposes, we mostly rely on Theron and Frank the Tank.
Theron pipes up. I am. You are correct.
The guides are 4 gold a day, right?
Yes. Let's double check.
Yeah, I was forgetting how much.
I'm pretty sure they were the cheapest. So you
Someone's
said
got
it
some
was
feedback going on.
20 days?
Yeah, 4 gold pieces a day.
We need to make
And no
sure we
payment
have
up front. Because I had to pull up their sheet, but they do not require money up front. So
we just
they would
gotta
just be
keep
4
in
pieces a day.
mind roughly how long our thing's gonna be, our trip's gonna be.
Well, if we go about 13 days times 4 a day, that's about 52 gold pieces. We have a good start to go.
To keep in mind, you know, we may pick up more cash along the way.
Mm-hmm.
To have that.
But we have the funds now to at least pay him for a good part of the trip.
Yeah, that's all. Keep in mind. Did we talk to the priest, then talk to River Mist and Flask of Wine, or the other way around?
Mm-hmm.
Can you guys
Agreed.
see the thing I just rolled? Dang. Okay.
Dang.
Dang it, Bobber.
Casey!
What?
Really?
What'd I do?
The thing
A
you rolled.
pack of 3d6 velociraptors burst out from behind cover and attack.
I was just checking it. Don't worry. I don't have any whisper. I don't have a whisper button at all.
Wow. Hashtag Fortney and our encounters.
Fortney and Sorrow encounters, yeah.
Alright. That's okay. For now, I'll just roll it manually so y'all don't know.
Know what it is.
Yeah. I'll have to mess with it later. I don't want to do it right now. They are not at the moment. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I only have the one for Portney and Zaru encounters. I'll work on that later. No worry right now. Yeah. Alright, guys. So, what's the plan?
I think we're gonna go talk to that priest.
Okay.
And then we'll probably act with our guides.
Where is the static coming from?
That's what I'm wondering.
That's not just me, is it?
No, I'm hearing it too.
I don't, so it might be me.
I think it is whenever you're speaking on the mic, Allie, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it back?
Yes.
Yeah, it's still there, but it's no big deal. Maybe a little?
I don't know.
Oh, but I hear my feedback.
It's no big deal, anyways.
Yeah.
All right, then. So you want to find the priest? All right, easy enough. And same thing, this is one of those, like, you can send for them and they'll come to your hotel things. And in this case, it is a gnome cleric, I believe. Let me double check that. Oh, I lied. It is a female half-orc priest walks in, wearing robes of Torm. She takes a seat at the table near you. Hello. I saw you answered my posting and are willing to take me to Camp Vengeance. Or rather, Camp Righteous.
I thought it was Vengeance.
It is Vengeance. I apologize.
I was about to say it's one or the other. Would I be familiar in any sort of
No.
priest? I didn't think so. Okay.
Yes, we have a few errands that we're running out in the jungle. We will be going by that area, so...
Good. My name is Undrill. Undrill Silvertusk.
Undrill Silvertusk.
Ooh. Well,
Okay.
if you decide to come with us, we will be leaving probably in the next few days. Are you all supplied up and ready to go?
I am. I was under the impression, from the command I was given, that this journey would be simple. Just grab a horse here in Port Nianzaru and head out, but that is obviously not possible, so there's strength in numbers, and I would very much appreciate help.
Sure thing.
Yes, in particular, I've taken the money I was going to use on a horse and chartered a boat. Of course, I would allow anyone who takes me to the camp to keep the boat. I have some small amount of funds left. I would also be happy to include. I can pay 27 gold. And would owe you a favor, if nothing else.
Okay, so boat.
Oh, 27 gold and a favor.
And a favor. Oh, the boat sounds especially useful. We were already considering maybe renting one or buying one ourselves.
River travel.
Yes, so the fact that you already have one is very advantageous.
How many people would you say holds the boat? Or holds in the boat?
You can fit about 6 people in one of these boats.
2,
6.
let me
Maybe
think.
a couple people too many.
So would you say about Frank the Tank would be probably about the size of 2 people?
Maybe?
So
He's still a medium-sized creature,
I was
so
gonna say,
no.
he's not like really large.
I wasn't sure.
Like story-wise, he's a big dude, but
Yeah.
like mechanically, he's still a medium-sized creature.
Right.
Okay, I didn't know with him being a barbarian if that would be the case or not, but our entire party is 5 people. With the 2 guys extra, that's River Mist Flask of Wine. That's 7. We add this additional half-orc priestess.
That's
8.
8.
You guys are taking a whole lot of NPCs in the jungle.
Well, we need a guide.
I'm just saying.
Hey, he makes a solid point. So, my point being, though, that if we do, we have to take this boat along with us somehow, and we're planning to take with us is going to fit in.
I was just
I
thinking,
can swim, yes.
but can he swim as fast as our boat goes? Just drag him along?
And he could just float and just lounge back in the water on his own personal float.
DM, would that actually work? Or would it slow us down? Would it negate the purpose of having the boat?
He's a turtle! Come on!
Are there bigger boats? Like, could we maybe just upgrade this woman's boat?
Let's see.
Trade
me
it
double-
for a bigger one?
We're going to need a bigger boat.
Yeah.
They pretty much... Well, let's take a look at the player's handbook.
Yeah.
And see what it says about river vessels. Because it does actually say things about river vessels. And various sizes of boats. Mounts. So yours, the canoe is the equivalent of a rowboat.
Okay.
The next size up would be... Yeah, they get significantly more expensive after a rowboat. A rowboat is 50 gold. 3,000.
That's such a jump. There's nothing in between.
What the hell? No, there should be something in between that.
But there isn't.
That's freaking messed up. Yeah. I'm sorry. Probably Frank's gonna have to float, and somebody float on top of him or something.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to save your pennies for a keel boat if you want that, a river boat.
How fast does the boat travel per day?
The boat will allow you to travel...
2 squares?
Yes.
Right, that makes sense.
It will allow you to move 2 hexes per day at a normal pace, so it doubles your speed.
Which could prove to be pretty valuable for our quests.
What? No, stop.
I can.
So is there any way... Like, we couldn't have people walking alongside it. That just wouldn't...
I would say the Frank thing would work.
I
But,
do too.
well, all I'll say is I'll say the Frank thing could work.
Okay.
But we still have one more
I
person.
was gonna say, that doesn't really solve our problem.
It only lessens the boat capacity by one person.
I would say one thing you could consider is getting another one The other thing is just abandoning the
boat
canoe
altogether. Right.
option.
Yeah.
But we'd still be nowhere
Okay.
near closer to the 3,000 gold.
No, but just to get rid of it.
Yeah. That's true. It would be more of a burden just to take it.
Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it was
I'd
that much.
say sell it.
That sucks.
Believe me,
It's the last
that's already
scene
been in the
in
plans
Ace
for me
Ventura
for
when
a
nature
while.
calls. Come, Bubba, to the jungle.
Can you sit down?
To the
Lord.
jungle, Bubba.
Let you out in a minute.
Where is that from?
It's from Ace Ventura when nature calls.
Good God. Of
I
course
haven't
it
seen
is.
that in so long.
Friends, rodents, quadrupeds, lend me your rears.
Roxy's perking up at you yelling downstairs.
No.
I agree.
What you guys need is a bag of holding to put Frank in. He can hold his breath a really long time.
Yeah.
I wonder if the rules would allow you to stick a really long straw down in the bag to the person.
Like a breathing tube or like a snorkel or something.
Yes.
That. Wow.
Are you able to hear me now, Ken?
Okay, so we're telling this lady to sell her boat, get her money back.
The best course of action is for her to sell her boat, and then
Unless you
I
just
think
want to
that
keep her for
that
some-
might be more of a payout for us too. Maybe. Here's also the deal too, is she's got to be able to keep up with us as well. She'll have to travel on foot too.
Yeah.
And I don't know if she's gonna go for that. Which one of us should do the talking? Let me look
Just
out of
thinking
curious.
if there's any other way we can make that work. No.
I mean, we don't really have a lot of money is the problem. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, I think going on foot is our best bet.
I think so
Mhm.
too. Like we could buy another boat, but ultimately we probably just have to leave it somewhere, and that's like 50 gold down the tubes. Okay, Undrill. Our traveling party is going to be too big for the size of your boat.
Okay.
So you do with it what you want, but I don't think we can bring it with us and use it. So you can leave it here for you to use some other time, or sell it for more money for supplies, or what. But we're going on foot.
I'll
Okay, so you hear me now?
leave it here, I guess, and if you want it, you can come get it. I'm staying at the camp when we get there.
Oh. Wonderful, thank
All
you.
right.
In that case, we will get in touch with our guides and, be in touch with you when we're ready to go.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
We'll have our people call your people, as it will.
Just let me know. The sooner the better.
You got it.
So what's the plan? We're gonna go back and meet up with the guides.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, we never actually booked them. We told them that we would. So we have to actually be
That we would get back with them, yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, somehow I muted my mic and I had to fix it. So I'm trying to make sure that it's actually working now.
Which is weird because we can hear you just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm capturing audio from like multiple places. So.
Mm.
Oh, gotcha.
But I think it's working now.
Okay, so we're gonna go find the two cats. Meow.
So easy enough. They told you where they live.
Yeah.
You head up into town. It's in the same district as your hotel at the Thundering Lizard, so it's not too hard to find them. You head a little ways up into the ward and come to a small, kind of mudstone building. Which, if you were to knock on the door, River Mist comes over. Yes. So, you are here. I assume that means you have decided to employ our services.
Yes.
Good. Good. You are smart. Well, when shall we be going?
How
The
late in
sooner
the
the
day is it at this
better.
point?
I'm sorry?
How late in the day is it at this point? Should we think about waiting until the morning?
Yeah, that's a good.
It is getting rather late. It's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock.
Okay. So, would we want to say possibly everyone that we would want to leave first thing in the morning, first thing at dawn?
I think that's good. It gives us time to collect any last minute things, supplies, and people. And also, we are stopping at 2 other spots.
What spots would those be?
We're stopping at Camp Vengeance, and someone is coming with us. We are dropping them off there.
Camp Vengeance, Order of the
And
Gauntlet. I suppose if we make it quick, that's all.
I don't think we will need to be staying there long.
Good.
And then we need to go near at least the Alduin Basin.
The Aldani Basin?
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Alright. That is on the way to Imbala, which I believe we were heading to Imbala. Is that correct?
Yes,
Imbala
that sounds
was,
right.
remind me again what we had there.
That is where Flask and I believe that the source of the undead may be coming from.
Right.
Yes, that sounds very familiar.
Though we may need to restock up on supplies at some point.
Yes.
Well, if you have...
Are you aware Camp Vengeance would have any sort of supplies or...
Ugh, if we must deal with those dogs, I suppose we could.
Are they actually dogs? Is that why you don't like them?
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, forgive me.
So not dogs.
Alright
Was that
then.
supposed to be a kiss or something?
Kind of. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because Roxy's very perked up right now. Get the cat?
Well, we have both dogs and cats on the stream today, so. But
Goodness.
yes, I think the plan is to continue onward that way, although Hmm. Some of our funds would require us to come back to the city.
All right.
But if we find some treasure along the way, we may not have to do that.
If need be, we can come back. But for now,
Yeah.
I do suggest waiting till morning.
Yes, let's do that.
And
Agreed.
then we can, as you say, hit the road?
Yes, but not
Sounds
actually
like a plan.
punch it, you know.
Ugh. River turns to Rain and Felix and says, will that be happening the entire trip?
I don't know, Jack.
I did, yeah. I honestly don't know.
Who is Jack? Regardless, we will see you in the morning. And she closes the door.
Okay.
And I kind of look back at Ray and Felix like, what did I say? I thought I was rather nice. What did I say?
We probably just discussed it at the concept of these dogs that are at this camp.
Must be.
Khajiit don't like dogs.
Okay, so everyone, we going to get more.
It's a very hurtful stereotype, Joe.
Do they have wares, though?
The camp?
And
Maybe.
And scoom. We must have scoom.
Dang it.
Yeah, I'd say we probably would not want to leave until the morning, so that sounds like a plan.
Alright. So a long rest and then leaving out?
Yeah, I would say for the sake of brevity, we let Silver Tusk, that we're leaving in the morning. She should meet us
Okay.
at the
Well, yeah,
Thundering Lizard.
Yeah, we didn't discuss where exactly a good meeting point would be for everyone.
I just assumed we would pick them up on the way out and just let them know we are going to leave in the morning.
Let's have her meet us at the Thundering Lizard, and then we can all go pick up the guides.
Okay.
Easy enough. For the sake of brevity again, let's just say you meet outside of town. Was there anything else you wanted to pick up?
I think just some more rations.
Okay. So mark off however many gold you want to pick up rations. Now is your chance.
Are we wanting to pick up rations for the party, or are you saying individually for ourselves?
I was just getting some for me, because I think I got some for him.
So, out of curiosity, how many days of rations does everyone have?
I have 2 weeks worth.
Okay. I have about 11 days. So I will probably want to.
Pack comes with 11, and then I was just gonna get maybe.
Oh, if it comes with 11, then I have almost 3 weeks worth.
Yeah, I had picked up rations back at the Thundering Lizard a while back, but it's like the biscuits and stuff that don't go bad.
Yeah.
So I'll probably want to pick up some more rations too before we head out and make it an even 2 weeks worth of rations. So how many gold would that be, DM?
For what?
Water.
I have 11 days worth. I want to even it out to 2 weeks, so I need
A gold piece gets you 2 days of ration.
A gold piece? Okay, then
Okay.
I'll pay 2 gold pieces for 2 more days.
4. That would give you 4.
4 more days. Yes, 4 more days.
All right.
So that brings me up to 15 days of rations. Okie dokie. All right. And I'm good.
Just so everyone
And
can see.
Allie's got
She's
the
not
bug
talking to.
spray. Right.
4 things of insect salve, and I think they last 24 applications. I wrote it down somewhere.
Oh, on your long rest, by the way, go ahead and take 300 experience each for the quest with the money. The gladiator, you each get 300 experience.
That.
Q.
So level 2.
You guys have been level 2. Oh no, you're level 1. Yeah, you level up.
Oh, okay. I see it automatically. I think it automatically did it for me.
Where do you put it? I don't even see it.
Go to your character sheet,
Yeah.
and then you go to the very top, and it'll have like a like where it lists your race, your class, your level. On the very side, it should say experience points, and then you can just type that in and press enter.
I think we already started
I'm
level 2
not
though. I think I already had my character.
seeing it.
Yeah, so put yourself at 600 experience.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
Because you're correct, you did start at level 2.
Yeah, so we should be. So we need 300 more to go to level 3.
I'm confused. How many experience points total should we be at?
600.
600.
Okay. So it's
Okay, I have that fixed now.
Cool.
I went ahead and added yours, Allie.
I thank you. I saw you do it, so that helped me figure out where that was.
Yeah, and then when we get to 900, we go to level 3. So,
3.
yup.
300 more points. Woohoo!
Then we'll be real characters.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm ready for my level 3 stuff.
I know, right?
All right. Let's at least start our journey through the wilderness.
I was just about to say, are we starting? Should we call it here? So yeah, that's good.
Let's go a little bit further. So, the way, because let's just at least establish how this part is going to work.
Okay.
So, to go through the jungle, you have a guide who's going to roll the survival checks for you. And they have a slightly higher chance of, or not even slightly, they just have a higher chance of success than you do.
Okay.
As they lead you through the jungle.
All right.
And then I will also roll encounters each day.
Ooh-wee.
So, for the first day, tell me the square you want to move to.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Well, we're moving.
I have your token set.
I don't have.
Okay, so wherever our tokens are is where we start.
Yeah, I currently just have Rain's token down.
It's there, but I can't actually move it. There's 2 of them.
Oh, it's not assigned to you. Hold on. Sorry.
So we're going to Vengeance first, or this purple square first?
Alright, it's all yours, Rain.
Good question. Which one are we going to? The purple square with supposedly where the Guardian is, or Camp Vengeance?
I think maybe we should go more towards Vengeance, because we can always hit that square on our way back.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we want this person we're supposed to deliver to the camp, or exactly what's waiting for us, and we could very possibly accidentally kill her. So
yeah, I think we should go more straight towards Vengeance.
Agreed.
I think that makes more sense.
Okay, so which square are we trying to move to?
I can't see because there's fire in the way. Hang on.
Same.
Can't see because there's fire in the way.
Do we want to go to this one or this one?
Probably this bottom one, I would think. Like, move down 1 square.
Joe, you're in charge of moving it.
There's
Just
still
for the
fire
sake of
in the way,
simplicity.
so I cannot contribute.
Okay, so we move. We moved to the
Oh,
hexagon.
okay, going away.
I moved.
Okay. So we will have River Mist be the guide.
Okay.
Okay. So on the first day of travel, River Mist and Flask of Wine begin leading you through the jungle, and they're consulting a map and kind of arguing back and forth. And every once in a while, River Mist will say, "I do believe it's that way we're going," and Flask of Wine will say, "No, no, sister, this way." And they kind of go back and forth, but they tend to agree for the most part on which way to go. And they get you through that first day. So I'm going to go ahead and roll 3 chances for an encounter.
Okay.
Okay. So nearing the end of the first day,
Oh no.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh great.
97.
Big old number.
I mean, if it helps, it doesn't necessarily equate to anything better or worse for being a high number.
I was about to say we don't know what this could be.
So as you're heading through the jungle for your first day, you know, and the jungle is really cool for those who haven't been here. It is hot, and River Mist and Flask of Wine let you know that you're lucky it's not raining, and it's
Oh.
very muggy. But the trees are tall and thick. The underbrush also very green and very full. It's really a gorgeous place in its own way. And probably the first person to notice, River Mist says, "Wait, wait. Do you smell that? Do you hear that?" And when River Mist says, "Do you hear that?" you do in fact hear a thing. You hear kind of moaning noise. Get down, get down. And River Mist starts to sneak over somewhere, depending on if anyone wants to go.
Oh, she can check that shit out.
No, I'm staying right here.
River Mist. Disappears into the trees for a moment. You see briefly as she starts to climb a tree. Eventually, you, without a sound, like you feel a tap on your shoulder, Felix, and behind you is River Mist. There is yellow musk creepers, zombies, beyond that brush.
Yellow musk.
Which means that somewhere nearby is also a yellow musk creeper. Dangerous creature. A plant. A flower.
Oh.
Turns people into zombies.
That's lovely.
Ulgrin, kind of at the name's word zombies, she's just kind of undead.
I thought her name was Undrill.
I'm sorry, Undrill Silvertusk.
Someone's got to keep up with this.
Undead are a problem for me. Torm would have me destroy them.
How dangerous are they?
They are... The zombies themselves, I've seen you can all fight. I'm not wondrously worried about the zombies. It is the plant, the creeper itself, that is far more deadly. You must be careful when encountering one. It releases spores that, if you breathe them in, you risk becoming a thrall yourself.
Oh no. Okay. So in theory, we could smash these zombies and then keep going?
In
We have
theory,
to
you
get rid
might.
of the plant first. Or before we leave. The plant is the problem.
Do I see the zombies?
River Mist kind of motioned they're up ahead in a clearing.
Like how far away?
About 60 feet.
I can make them run away from us, but I don't know if that will be good or bad as far as helping us get through this area.
Depends on which direction they run.
To that, Undrill speak up, I believe. You could, I assume you mean you'll turn them somehow, yes?
Yes.
I have similar abilities. It doesn't quite work that way if they're not undead. Catman said they are plants. It may be different.
Mm.
Well, is there a way we could avoid them?
We could try to sneak around. If you all can be stealthy, it is very possible.
We could certainly try.
It might be possible for Dr. Zola. Maybe. We'll see.
Well, I say we try, and worst case, we kill them.
Yeah. I'm about it.
All right. Let's go for the stealth approach then, people.
I will add in, and don't feel like you have to do anything about this, but keep in mind, to some extent, that for once we are playing with experience. We almost never play with experience.
Yeah.
In this group, but because we are, fighting things gets you more
Right.
than to not to. Just to be aware.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying you have to fight, just making sure you're aware.
Well, I think we're going to fight anyways, just based on what I'm seeing in the chat.
All right.
Yeah, so both Frank
my!
Frank and I do not do well.
We are not very stealthy.
Yeah, we're gonna fight.
Let's see what the NPCs do. So then,
Oh.
Alex rolled twice, but you still have a 3.
I rolled for Frank.
Oh, which one is Frank?
He was the 0.
So, okay, so I think here's what happens. You are all talking, and when Undrill says that Torm, her god, would rather fight, and you're all like, we should sneak around, at some point Frank kind of closes his eyes and nods mm-hmm, and puts a hand on Undrill and says, if you should fight, then you should fight. Here, if you're scared, I will help you. And gets up and just with his club and starts to walk out. Doesn't even try.
Sounds about right.
So then, what you see are these creatures. And you see 3 of them.
Oh, they're kind of cool looking.
It looks like he's going to tell me a story.
Yeah.
I'm not going to like this story very much, and it's going to take way too long.
Agreed.
Let me get you guys as tokens.
We're about to get beat up by an old man.
Joe, at some point, I would like your assistance in downloading some some general maps for this type of thing.
Okay.
Would be
I
great.
can make you some.
For now, we're just going to use the
Also,
blank map.
Can you associate my health to the red whenever you get done?
Yeah.
That's the only thing I really care about. The rest of them I can look at my sheet with.
All right, so this one's going to be fun because I have a ton of NPCs and crap to keep up with.
You did it to yourself.
I mean, you're not wrong.
It's not incorrect.
I mean, really, if you just add the tokens and roll initiative for them, it'll be alright.
Okay.
Also, I would be happy to help if you need me to.
That's all right. I'm about got it anyways. In the meantime, you can place yourselves where you want to be at the very least.
What's the range on my spells?
Okay.
Yes, I definitely want to be back in the back.
Oh, okay.
Frank's probably gonna be like right up there.
I'm gonna hold back a little too closer to Rain.
Another
square 5 or 10 feet.
5.
Okay.
And another. Well, we'll encounter this later. Do you want to tell the NPCs to help or not? And this matters because if they help, you have a benefit in the fight, right? Like you
Right.
have extra hands, extra turns on initiative.
But
This
if they
could be
die,
no problem. Well, that, but also if they fight, they get an equal share of the XP.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really care so much about that, but that's just me.
I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no,
That's fine. Do we want necessarily our half orc to fight if we're trying to get her delivered to a place?
I mean, it seems like she's probably gonna fight.
You're probably right, whether we tell her to or not.
That was the sense I got, but I don't know.
All right, I'm going to
Just-
go ahead and set up initiative.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll.
So I haven't changed any of my spells, so I'm just going to go with whatever I had already in here.
Okay.
Since I didn't tell you anything different.
I always forget where initiative. There it is.
So you said no, you don't want the others fighting.
Oh, Felix.
What did I
Do-
roll? Let me see. Oh,
They will happily hang back until ordered to do otherwise.
Well,
yeah,
we've
that
already
was,
kind of figured that our half orc priestess was gonna fight anyway, whether we told her to or not.
Not necessarily, because that's not fair to you guys, as far as to me.
What do you guys think? Do we want her and our two guides to fight or no?
I think the guide should hang back, but I'd be okay with her coming in. She seems like she's a cleric.
Yeah, I would
Or
actually
paladin,
probably
I'm
agree
not
with that.
For the purposes of the initiative, I rolled a 9. I didn't have my token click, so you can move me down in order below the 10 guy. Yeah.
I rolled a 7, but I don't see my token on the order
You have to
list.
select your token before you click the initiative, or else it gets.
Oh.
Yep.
So then I roll.
There you go.
Well, that's kind of annoying. Should just do it.
Well, it's because you can
All
be
right.
controlling more than one character.
Fair. Well, I mean, I rolled
lovely.
initiative off of his sheet and off of my sheet, but it doesn't matter. Oh, Frank, he's at the bottom.
Look at that 0. That's the best roll ever.
Oh man, Frank, man.
All right. All right then. So these 3 creatures, and Frank is like right up front too. Like he just walked out.
Yeah.
So that's really their only option for attack. They actually haven't seen the rest of you. So the first zombie is going to move up and attack good old Frank the tank. What is Frank's AC?
He's hurt.
You knew.
Did you hear me? It was 17.
Okay, so the attack misses. Like the thing like touches him, like kind of weirdly just like grabs a hold of him. And when it does, he like bucks his shell and it doesn't manage to do whatever it was trying to do.
So he went actually in his shell.
No, he just like bucked it off.
Oh.
Undrill is going to summon her spiritual weapon,
Ooh.
I believe. Yeah. She's going to summon her spiritual weapon.
Oh, snap. That
Attack with it.
Dang.
I don't have a spiritual weapon yet.
For 4 damage.
Just a lonely old level 2.
You'll get one. It's okay. We'll get you there. And her spiritual weapon for Torm is a big fist. Like it's just a fist.
I'm gonna refrain from commenting on that.
That's fair. Disadvantage.
I'd like to use my inspiration to nullify that disadvantage.
That's fair. Joe, later on we'll discuss like ahead of time what your spiritual weapon will be.
Yeah, I'll have to come up with something. Cool.
Now hers is going to be this, as she just clobbers the zombie that attacked Frank. Alright, that brings us next to Dr. Cream.
Okay.
The cream.
Let me see for a second here. Would you say this is about accurate as far as footage?
Yes, it's exactly accurate.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, at least generalized.
That's exactly accurate. I was just like,
would you, because I'm still learning, like, the mechanics of, like, I can't remember arrows. It's been a while since one of my characters has shot off an arrow, but do you think it could hit?
If it's within range, you can.
Right here, this guy.
What did your range say?
I'm trying to remember. Oh, yeah, easy. It'll fit it, yeah. I'm gonna attack with my longbow.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So that definitely hits.
Okay. And I forget.
I need to sort out.
Well, it only did the attack roll. It didn't do damage. That's weird.
Yeah, so click where it says longbow.
That's what I did. Yeah, that's about right. Yeah. It's 1d8 plus 2 piercing.
Okay, it was 10. Cool.
Yeah. And with that, I'm actually gonna, and it was this guy right here, And I'm going to use my movement and take a few steps back. Actually, about right here. And that'll be my turn.
All right. Sorry. All right. Okay, so that's the end of your turn. That brings us to Felix.
I'll be right back.
Okay. I'm going to. This guy seems pretty covered, so I'm going to go to this guy. Just make it there. Right. And I will hit him with my longsword.
Go for it.
Does that hit?
Yes, that hits.
Okay,
Give him
so
the pointy
if
end.
I...
Just click on the word longsword in the chat and it'll roll the damage.
I don't know if that was damage.
No, that wasn't.
So 1d6 plus 2. Hang on.
It's broken. That's why. Your macro's broken.
Give him the pointy end. 4 damage.
Thank you.
Joe, I'm having a little bit of an issue that 2 of my guys are sharing the same health bar.
Yeah, they
Oh.
will. That is something that will happen. You can't use the token health as it's There's that happens when you use the selected token as a specific thing.
Okie dokie. Well, I'll worry about it later. It's fine. Alright, I fixed it. No big deal.
All you have to do is just unlink it after you drag it, and that'll fix
Yeah, I
it.
fixed it.
Yeah.
Alright. That brings us to another zombie.
Zombie.
The one that's in front of Felix, so it's going to attack you, Felix.
Do it.
You are right in front of it.
It's fine. Do it.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
Don't you just love when I ask, even though, yeah. For 3 bludgeoning damage as it brings a fist down on your head.
Okie dokie.
That brings us to Rain.
Which ones have taken damage already?
The one in front of Frank and the one in front of Felix. The one that's kind of sitting alone hasn't taken any damage yet.
Okay. Frank is a beast, so I'm going to go for the one in front of Felix.
That is definitely a word for Frank.
So, dex save.
Dex save for a zombie. That'd be a no.
That's a no.
Takes a big whopping 1
She's
damage.
fine. For 1 damage. Alright. So you, what does that look like for you, that move?
Rain
What
would,
does your Sacred Flame look like?
Rain would kind of like reach out and point one of his fingers, and you'll see like this bolt of electricity wrap around his finger, and then suddenly this bolt comes out.
Cool.
And glow.
Nice.
And that's exactly what it does then. Cool, cool. Alright. So this one's going to attack as well. Does a 7 hit, Felix?
No.
All right, so it like stumbles at you and tries to like grab you and misses.
Nah.
That brings us to Frank the Tank.
Oh yeah.
Live up to your name, buddy.
It's clobbering time.
Yeah!
For 15 damage. Dadgum.
Frank smash.
Yeah, he rolled a full damage 12. So his maximum damage right now is 15 for a club.
Solid.
I'm a fan. Okay, that brings us to another Zambi. And it's the one in
Zambo.
front of good old Francophile.
Franco.
Top of the round.
A 15 to hit Frank.
Hang on. Nope.
Alright, so same thing. Like it tries to attack him and he just like bucks it off. Kind of bucking Bronco style. Alright, that brings us back to our priest. And she's going to do the same thing. Spiritual weapon.
What the heck? Did you grab it? Stupid.
That is going to miss, however.
Oh no.
As this big fist just tries to punch the zombie in the face and misses. Oh, well.
no.
That brings us back to Dr. Cream.
She should have another, like, that should be a bonus action. 'Cause
Mhm.
they
Yeah,
can
she's
say-
kind of holding back for the moment.
Okay. Okay.
She has ranged spells, but I think she wants to save them in case they're needed.
Makes sense. So I'm trying to figure out how exactly to roll, like, what happened before. Like, I was able to roll my attack, but I wasn't able to roll my damage.
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Well, let me see which one I want to aim for this time. I'm going to aim for, I think probably this guy right here. With my long bow again. Let's see if it does its stuff. Oh my gosh, yeah! 19.
19 to hit definitely hits.
Yeah. Okay.
Which one
So
was
I'm
that?
wondering, that was the longbow, so I'm wondering if I just roll
Which
a d8 and
creature?
we'll add
I just rolled the
Um,
damage for you. Which creature?
this guy right here.
Okay. So 9 damage. Good.
Okay.
As you launch an arrow, it just hits it right. It goes like through the neck. And you see kind of like a little puff of yellow dust come out of the hole. Just almost like hitting a mannequin.
Ooh. Okay. And I'm gonna stay where I am, so that ends my turn.
Alright, that brings us to Felix.
I think. Let me just look real quick. Is this a cone? Oh, I don't have the page in front of me. I want to say it was a cone, though. Yeah, 10-foot cone. Okay. I am going to unleash some of my dragon's breath. Would I be able to hit both of these guys if it's a cone?
You'd have to move.
What do I just like here?
Yes. They will both get attacks of opportunity.
Oh.
If that's alright with you.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay. Now what you could do is move like here and only get an attack of opportunity from one of them. Because you're still staying in this one's range.
Would I still be able to hit both of them? With
Yes.
the 10-foot? Okay, cool. Let's do that then.
Yes. Okay, so yeah. And it's a dexterity save?
Hang on. I believe so. Let's pull it up here. Dex, yep.
They are not very dexterous.
Good.
They are not very dexterous at all.
Yes.
So full damage.
Okay.
Nice.
This just rolls though, doesn't it? Oh no, there it did. So they both get 7 acid damage.
7 acid damage.
Yeah, so
Ooh.
you guys see from Felix, she just kind of bursts forth with this, like, kind of bubbly, gooey acid from out of her mouth.
Ooh.
And the zombies start to like melt under the weight of the liquid. Is it like an acidic gas or liquid?
I kind of picture it as a liquid. It didn't really specify.
Yeah, it could be either. That's why I was just wondering kind of how you see it.
Yeah.
So one of them does get its attack of opportunity
That's
still.
fine. Let's bring it.
That's definitely a hit for 6 bludgeoning.
Okie-dokie.
Eee.
But you definitely get him back. So it's
Yeah, it's all good.
Yup. So you take 6 bludgeoning. Go. Alright. That brings us to Zombie's turn. It's going to move up right here. And make an attack. We really need fight music for online. Does a 10 hit?
Nope.
So same thing, it just goes to grab at you, but it's actually kind of like melty from the acid. Like as it goes to get you, like it grabs you, and one of the fingers just kind of schlefs off. And it's not able to hold the grip.
Oh, nasty.
No.
And Rain.
So they have her surrounded now. How far can I get? Not quite there. Well, I will move up some. Not all the way up there. Probably like here. And then I will use... I guess I'll just toll the dead on this first one that's closest to me.
Okay. That is a wisdom save?
Yes.
$14 make it?
Yes.
Does a 14 make it?
Yes,
Okay.
that does save.
Alright, so like... For lack of a better term, like the ability is based on like this tolling, dolorous noise that makes a creature like feel its own mortality. These things are already dead, so they don't care. It seems.
And then I'm gonna move, I guess, as far as I can go.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get up there in their face so that they focus some of their attention away.
This one's gonna move up here, and it has flanking now, so it's gonna roll with advantage. Does not need it. For another 6 bludgeoning on Felix, as you're kind of surrounded now, and they're starting to like try and dogpile on you, do that like weird like horde of zombies thing.
I see that.
Is this one like grabs your arm and starts to pull you down?
2, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
Its breath smells like a horrible mix of like mustard greens and death.
Huh.
All right. That brings us to Frank.
Frank is gonna bonus action rage.
Cool.
Cause shit's getting
I can
real
do-
now.
I like
and
it, I like it.
I'm gonna clobber this guy in front of him. Try and take him out.
That hits.
And then it's a D12
7.
plus 5 now.
So it adds another 2. Okay. Got it.
So, no.
Yes,
So
that's
he
right,
just
yeah, sorry.
thwacks it. He takes a large chunk of its back off. It's kind of weird to see it happen because, like, it's like pulling apart like a vegetable. like there's all this fibrous plant matter running throughout the zombie's body that
Ooh.
like pulls off in thin tendrils as part of it like just crumbles.
Ooh,
All right.
reminds me of a mushroom a little.
Oh,
And that brings us to that zombie. He's gonna turn and attack Frank because he just hit him.
I forgot a thing I had.
16 hits Frank, right?
Nope.
Nope.
He's a 17.
Same thing. He just bounces right off of him.
You
All
can
right.
He's got a shell for armor.
catch me.
Now, you all kind of at this point see some movement, and this yellow flower like blooms up out of the ground,
Oh
kind of close to the
no!
middle.
This is not good.
And I need everyone to roll wisdom saves.
Crap.
As it like it blooms and these little yellow like speckles come off.
Fuck.
Everyone?
Okay,
Everyone.
That
Shit.
and
This is gonna be bad.
Are you not
okay.
wise?
Okay, not near as bad as I thought. Okay.
Ow, ow.
Mine is actually higher
Those
than
were
that 'cause I
not
didn't hit the
good.
save button. But yeah, there you go. Mine's an additional 2 on top of that. So I rolled a 25.
Oh my god.
Oh no. Oh
so
no, our guide.
everyone except where's Frank's roll?
Frank was the 7.
Okie dokie.
Felix was
Well, that was rolled using your wisdom. He actually has higher, so let's roll it with his character sheet.
I did it on his.
Oh, interesting. It shows it as yours for some reason. So I'll roll it real
I
quick.
think it's just because I'm pressing the button. I don't know.
Maybe. So Frank succeeds. I'm going to do it this way just in case. Because that's kind of strange. So everyone except for Frank, Rain, and Dr. Cream are now charmed. They have to use their turn doing nothing except moving to the flower and standing still next to it.
Oh
I
crap.
believe I have advantage on that. I have advantage on saves against being charmed.
Okay,
Because
so
I'm safe.
even then, that's a 12, so you're fine as well.
Woo!
However, all the NPCs, Theron, are froze,
Well, okay.
and they will spend their turn moving closer.
Great.
It will move over to Frank and make an attack.
Can move. Shit. Okay.
Yeah, it misses.
Good.
Well, it has advantage, still misses. Okay, that's the end of its turn. Priest will move over zombie-like next to the plant. I have to put them in initiative now. They're going to just do the same. We're going to put them there,
Uh-oh.
as does Theron.
That's
Crap! Ugh.
good.
Ruined my shot.
That
Ugh.
is going to make this a lot more painful when it gets to my turn.
Yeah, and now it is Dr. Cream's turn.
This is not good.
So
guys.
safe to say, if I try to aim my longbow from where I am now, I'm gonna hit whichever of the two cats that is.
You can shoot through them, but if you roll a critical fail, then you might hit one.
Just stay back where you are. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go for the flower with the bow. Here we go. Okay.
So, no.
No.
Oh,
But I
yes.
didn't fail.
It's a flower. Its armor class is super low. You hit.
Just a flower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a flower. And end of the day, its armor class is very low.
Can I describe my attack?
Go for it.
Okay, so Dr. Zella's going to take out her longbow, and she's kind of like held back a little bit, kind of like in a stance. She shoots off her bow, which she's kind of like, as soon as it fires, she's like, oh, shit. It's like, oh, man. But then it just, like, zooms straight past whichever of the two tabaxi is there. She forgets, because they're both kind of one and the same to her at this point. And and it just shoots straight through the flower, like from out one side to the other.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
All right. That brings us to Felix.
Real quick. I'm going to. I think I will cast. I want to cure myself. Do I want to do this? I should probably cure myself. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okie dokie.
That's a good idea.
Myself. Bam. No, bam. Bam, way bam. Let me get spells. I have a little thing there, but don't think it's working. No? Yes? Ha!
So you heal for 8.
Cool.
Nice.
How rough are you looking?
I
after
will
that?
take that.
How rough are you looking after that?
I was pretty rough. Now I'm yeah, like 2/3 my health.
Okay.
The max
All
is
right.
1, so.
Okay.
Of course, we're up on another round of attacks on Felix, so we will see.
We could see.
Attack with advantage, 9.
Nope.
Probably misses. Good, that brings us to Rain.
Alright, so Rain begins to glow, and his
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
eyes start sparking electricity, and suddenly
What?
the entire area like explodes with this thunderous wave. I
What?
need everyone except for Megan to make a dex save.
A dex save?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I'm sorry.
Oh, no.
Save, not a dex save. My
What was it?
apologies. Constitution save.
Oh, good. Okay, mine was 10.
Flask of wine did not do well. Okay.
And
What's the DC, Joe?
13.
So all the
Oh.
NPCs fail. Felix fails.
Oh. Oh noes.
maybe it will be different. Maybe it is rolling with my stuff.
2 zombies pass, 1 fails.
Oh man.
No, that was the same. So Frank fails too.
And the flower passes.
Okay, so
What? Huh. That's messed up.
everything except for everything that passed takes 8 damage, lightning damage. Everything that fails takes 16.
I am unconscious.
Oh no.
It's okay. I'll get you up. No worries.
Okay, 16.
It's okay. I got you. I got you. Rain says.
So you do blat 1 zombie.
Well, one down.
Was that that was magical? 4. And I am at 0. Wait.
And then I will.
Right, because for when Frank's raging, it's just for physical damage, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay, and what he did was a spell, so he would still take that full damage.
Correct. Later
Okay.
on, one of the barbarian subclasses gets the ability to resist elemental damage as well, but I doubt he has that yet.
No, I
I'm
think
gonna,
that's
I'm
probably
gonna
a third
move
level thing.
into melee with this zombie, and I'm gonna walk away from it. I'm gonna attempt to get it provoked from the damage that I just gave it.
Okay. It is massively hurt. Let me just tabulate up. The NPCs are pretty hurt. In particular, the priest.
I figured. I knew this would happen. Ugh.
Flask of Wine and River Mist look pretty okay. banged up, but not like dead or anything. The priest is definitely hurting. Brings us
Guys,
to.
we need to get rid of this flower.
I'm gonna walk out.
You
of
said you're
melee
trying
with
to
one of them,
attract
yeah.
their attention,
Well,
Rain?
I'm gonna walk into melee and then walk out and try to provoke an attack from them.
Like the attack of opportunity?
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and roll those. The one, I mean. Is that hit?
No.
Okay. So it's gonna. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna roll a d6. Odds on even.
In fact, I'll
it
probably have
takes your bait.
I'll probably walk into the. I'll walk in the middle of both of them, and like I'm coming over here, and then I'll walk out because I have enough movement that I can do that, and see if they both swing at me.
Okay, they will both use their attacks of opportunity. 13 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll d6s to see if they move over to worry about you instead of Felix. Evens, they move to you. So one moves to you. We'll say it's the one that's turn is up. $18 to hit.
That'll hit.
5 damage.
Okay, I need it to make a
So much
dexterity save.
damage.
Dexterity save.
Alright, so it takes another 16 damage as I explode into a wrath.
What?
Bleh.
Boop.
Alright, that brings
Keep
us
going.
to Tank the Frank.
Frank the Tank.
I maxed out the damage on that
He's
one with Channel Divinity, so.
he's gonna smash
So, you know.
this flower that's behind him. With this.
How much did
That'll
I
be a
do?
no.
Oh.
5?
Sucks.
Yeah. Alright, that zombie is dead. That brings us back to the plant. And who's got the highest passive perception?
Mine's
Mine's 13, but it doesn't matter because I'm unconscious.
yeah, mine's 13 as well.
Oh, just kidding. That's Frank's. What's mine?
Mine's 11.
Oh, mine's
Rain,
still
you
13.
notice one of the flower petals that the arrow had knocked off of the plant, like, starts to grow back.
Oh no, it's regenerative. We have to kill it.
It is its turn. It's going to attack Flask of Wine, or River Mist, rather. And miss. At least it's not rolling well on attacks.
That's good.
That brings us to the priest, who's gonna stand there zombified.
Wow.
And then Dr. Cream.
Okay. Let's try this longbow again. Yeah, that definitely hits.
That'll hit.
Go, girl. You
I'm
shoot that
killing it with
motherfucker.
these arrows.
7 damage. As you just whip it with another flower. Or arrow. This is Felix.
Guess I roll a death save?
Yes.
Oh, noose.
That is a pass.
Cool.
Be okay.
Ooh.
That's all I can do.
Alright, so this one's going to attack Felix again.
Oh no, that's bad.
It doesn't have advantage anymore, luckily, so it does miss.
Woo.
I think 8 misses you?
Yeah, that misses me.
Yeah, so you don't take a hit. Rain.
I'm going to walk over and I will use Healing Hands, so you will regain 2 hit points.
Woo.
So you're awake. Okay.
That's good.
And then I'll again walk out of melee with the creature.
Cool. And it's been through the round, so it does get another attack of opportunity.
That's fine.
3 bludgeoning.
Make a dex save again.
How long does that stay up?
I can do it up to the amount of times up to my modifier.
Okay.
So I can do it up to 3 times per day.
Cool.
I took
So
3
it
damage. So
3 damage?
All right. No, I was asking you
Oh,
how much I took.
okay, yeah.
That's a failure.
Yes.
So this one I actually need to roll. 4 damage.
That is just enough. It is dead. Bleh.
Yay!
Thank freaking Cthulhu.
All right. That brings us to Frank.
Frank's gonna clobber.
Kill the plant! Kill it!
12 to hit.
Oh, good. Okay.
Definitely hits.
I don't understand how damage to
For
or do you
15
use that to do
damage.
it?
For now, we'll fix
having
it
to.
later.
Okay.
So he just starts stepping on this flower. Just
Does that 15 include the +5?
yes.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Or well, it needs 2 more damage.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yes.
Cool. That brings us to the flower. So it's going to regain a little. And it's going to reach out and touch someone. Probably River Mist.
No.
Well, yeah. It's going to miss, though. It's rolling super sucky on the damage. Though I would argue that it has advantage. Yeah, it has advantage. River Mist is standing there not doing anything.
Mm.
For 20 psychic damage.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
We probably just
Which-
lost a guy.
Brings River Mist to her knees
I'm gonna
in
say
like
that's-
psychic pain.
That's a
Not
lot.
dead, but definitely not looking good.
That's a lot.
Priest just stands there. Dr. Zola.
Longbow again.
That hits
Oh.
for 8 damage.
How's it looking once I hit it?
It's regaining health per round. It's you're doing damage. Like it's starting to show some wear and tear. It's not bloodied by any means, but it you've done some damage.
But it's not regaining health as fast as we're getting rid of it, right? It's at a slower pace that it's regaining health.
You are rolling perception check.
I was gonna say that's.
You think that you're dealing damage faster than it can regenerate. However, it is slowing your progress.
Yeah.
Felix.
I'm going to just kind of move here, and I'm actually going to hit it with my short bow. Move the
Yeah, keep your distance from that thing.
move the distance.
I haven't put Theron in the fight, but I'm going to.
Okay, so I'm guessing 17 hits.
It does.
So 1d6 plus 2. Oh no, it's a 1. So a 3.
All right, Rain.
Whether I should heal you or just attack. Probably just attack. Dex save. So little damage.
Definitely fails.
2 radiant
Yeah.
damage.
All right.
And it gains no benefit from cover if that matters for any reason.
It doesn't. Frankie,
He's gonna keep on smashing.
go for it. Hits. So 11 plus 2, 13 damage. So just continuing to stomp on this dude.
Good. Fucking let's kill it.
It is going to... Well, let's see. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible targets. So I'll do a d6. It rerolls on a 6. So it's going to attack Flask. And miss. No, again, it really should have advantage.
They are zombie.
9 psychic damage. As it's just feeding off these zombified people.
Ugh.
Great.
Alright. Priest doesn't do anything. Dr. Cream?
Shoot it in the head.
I'm shooting with all my might. Oh, that one wasn't as good. Okay. But it hit, though.
You're still doing damage. Theron's turn. How is he gonna do? I think Theron will cast Chill Touch
Yes. Let's go.
to hit for 8 necrotic damage as he reaches out and grabs this flower. And what you see is as he grabs it from underneath his sleeve, these polyps of fungus start to grow up his arm until they reach his fingertips, and then they start to latch into the flower, and it turns black wherever the fungus is touching, and you see green chlorophyll pumping through Theron's veins.
Oh.
I hope that's okay, Drew.
Can always adjust it later.
Yeah. And as a bonus action, I think he's actually going to activate his Halo of Spore. So, as he does that, the chlorophyll actually, pops out of his veins, creating this kind of, cloud of spore dust around him. And that'll bring us to Felix.
I will do, because I don't have my cantrips out, I'll just do another short bow.
Got it.
Hit. Oh, definitely hits.
Definitely hits. For 9 damage.
Oh, cool, you rolled that for me. I'll take yours.
Now it's starting to look a little more hurt. It's on the ropes. Rain.
I need a wisdom save.
Because flowers are so wise. That'll be a no.
11 necrotic damage as the bells start ringing in whatever brain it has.
So, as you reach out, you hear this bong, and as the bong, and everyone hears this bell from somewhere, the flower stands straight on its stem, almost like someone grabbed it at the bottom and wrung it out. And from the base, the petals start to go gray and fall over, and it is dead.
Oh,
Yay!
thank goodness.
Yay!
And as it dies, the three people just kind of, what happened?
Oh,
That
was rough.
That flower gave a bad time.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
going
definitely
to.
not fight one of those anytime soon. I'm just
I'm going to run over and kind of lean over River Mist, especially since she took 20 psychic damage.
that's a
It's
lot.
like, are you okay? Are you okay? Can you hear me?
I am okay. I just need a moment.
Of course.
Shall we press on?
Well, you don't need to
Or,
rush standing up. I mean,
well, I suppose really this would be the point of a long rest, right? So
I was
this is
gonna
the
say,
end of a day of travel.
a good
Mhm.
place to find some camp and
I'll also.
Yeah.
and it is getting a little late. We've been
Also,
playing for about 3
Yeah.
hours.
You guys just happened to roll a dangerous encounter on the first go.
I'll give
Oh,
out some
we
healing.
happen to just roll it?
Yes.
thank you for the healing.
But you all set up camp and dispose of the zombies so you don't have to look at them.
I'll actually probably like try to harvest some of the zombie for studying,
Yeah, roll a nature check.
Ugh.
since we're trying to figure out what's causing this like disease and stuff, and these seem like creatures that might have some insight to that. So
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I don't have very good nature.
Would you like some assistance?
Yes.
I'll allow that, sure.
Okay, do you
you
want me to
managed to
roll or
gather
let him have advantage?
you managed to gather a vial of yellow pollen from the flower.
Well,
Vial of yellow pollen.
For the end, I'll just go ahead and say everyone gets another experience.
Gets another what? I'm sorry.
Another 100 experience points.
woo!
Woo!
Yeah, the creeper is worth 450, and then each zombie is worth another 50, divided by 6.
Do I need to worry about retrieving my arrows, by the way?
How many did you fire?
She fired at least maybe 5?
I want to say 5 or 6, yeah.
Yeah.
You retrieved 2 of them.
Okay.
Okay. So that lowers my supply to 16. Yep.
Cool. All right, guys. I think that'll be it for tonight.
Yes.
We're into action now. Our first step into the jungle. 20 miles out from Port Nyanzaru, and we need a nap.
Yeah, I figured our party might survive my explosion, and the zombies might not. So, and I
That
figured
was
in
a
this
good
case, I could get
move.
somebody up if they went down. So.
Yeah. I did see you like, oh crap, the NPCs are close now.
Yeah. But everything was close, so I was like, I can hit everything, but
Yeah.
I'm
That was
gonna
I,
use
re-
some,
I
like,
read the creeper's
High
bloom
risk, high
ability,
reward.
and it said I maybe you guys noticed I was like frantically looking at the space because it was like range of 30 feet, and I was like, oh god, for the like charming, and it was
I did see
it was
that.
right here, and that's just like that was everyone, and I was like, okay, that could be really bad, but luckily enough people kept out of it that it was okay.
Yeah.
Had it gotten Frank, it would have been really bad.
I'm still surprised I passed, honestly, because I'm really not any good at that with the wisdom save.
You're a
So-
ranger.
I have a -1 wisdom.
What?
I know.
We'll take a look at that later. That seems
Because
strange.
you made my wisdom 9 and my next lowest stat, my charisma, which was 11. I think we need to reverse that.
Yeah, I think that was supposed to be. We'll worry about it later. Anyways, guys, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in, and those of you who watched. And we'll probably be on around the same time, around 8 o'clock next week. I may do some
Yep.
streaming this weekend as well, so I'll post some stuff on social media.
Sounds like a
Also,
plan.
I posted a link to the YouTube channel if you wanted to go back and watch the previous two. I will also be putting this one on YouTube as well. So,
Thanks for watching, Ken.
thank you guys. See you next time.